I'm out and about making a video today, and it has nothing to do with this video. I'm actually out at a place called Kelly Park, which is about 30-35 minutes from Orlando. And it's this really wonderful, beautiful county park that's full of hiking trails and walking trails. You can rent kayaks here. You can rent inner tubes and float on the rock springs, and those springs kind of all flow down into a natural pool that you can swim in. You can camp here. What makes this place unique is that they cap the attendance to 250 cars a day. So once that 250th car has come in, they shut the gate and that's it. So it's a very cool place. Has nothing to do with this video though. About 2 weeks ago, I took part in something called the Over the Edge Challenge, which is in benefit of Give Kids the World Village. Now, the Over the Edge Challenge was a 428-foot rappel off the side of the Hyatt Regency Hotel on International Drive in Orlando, and it was a sponsored event, and all proceeds raised go directly into the Give Kids the World Village. I've actually mentioned Give Kids the World Village a few times in videos now, but essentially they are an incredible non-profit that operate out of Kissimmee, Florida, and they work in conjunction with the Wish Foundation to grant wishes to critically ill children who want to come to the Central Florida area and experience like the magic of what the area has to offer, the Disneys and the Universals and all those other local attractions, as well as staying in a secure kind of idyllic storybook village where the villas are themed like castles and windmills, and there's splash pads and swimming pools, and there's accessible rides and attractions and playgrounds, and they celebrate nature. They celebrate Christmas every Thursday, and they celebrate Halloween on a different day of the week, and there's all the ice cream the kids can eat. And as I say, it's for critically ill children who have that wish to come with their families for 1 week at no cost to themselves. It just offers those children and their families some escapism and a break from the reality of the excruciating and very trying times that they're facing. So I'm going to put a link to Give Kids the World Village in the description below, and I highly encourage everyone at least just check that out, because I've been fortunate enough to go to that village a few times now, and I'm absolutely in awe of everything they do. It's just wonderful. So back to the question of why this really confusing, out of place introduction, Chris. Well, as I say, a couple of weeks ago, I took part in the Over the Edge Challenge, and I went along on the day, and I had this huge idea in my head of how I wanted the whole video to flow. I knew how I wanted it to start. I knew how I wanted to portray the descent and the whole thing. As per the title of this video, I kind of screwed that up a little bit. I went along and I mounted a couple of GoPros on myself to capture the descent from the hotel roof, and one of them was just totally in the wrong place. And by the time I realized it was in the wrong place, it was just too late to change it, because my feet were literally already hanging over the edge of a 428-foot hotel. So when I got to the bottom and I looked back at the footage, I was really disappointed, because the camera that was mounted here, as you'll see in the footage, is pretty much unusable, and I felt very disappointed in myself. And I also felt that I kind of let down Give Kids the World Village a little bit, because I really wanted this video to be good. Now, for those people that might have followed me from the beginning or for a while now, and if you're new, hello, this is the kind of thing that would stop me making a video. If this video was just me out making a video for myself and that was the footage I got, I would have scrapped this video like I have many, many times, and you would have never seen it. Because the whole point of this video was to highlight Give Kids the World Village, the whole thing is kind of bigger than my ego or my desire to make the video the best it possibly can be. Because as I say, if this wasn't about Give Kids the World, if it was just Chris making some dumb Chris video, it would have got scrapped and no one have ever been told about it. So why is it taking me so long to put this video out? Well, because the idea and the way I wanted to tell the story of that day kind of went to pot a little bit when I saw the footage, and I was very disappointed about it. So I needed to come up with a new way of framing it, that it wasn't just clunky GoPro footage. So one of the ideas was I went to Magic Kingdom for the morning and I filmed some really nice high frame rate footage there, and then I went over to Universal in the afternoon and I did the same. And I edited together this really nice sequence of people sat on people's shoulders and bubbles in the air and princesses dancing and families embracing and dancing to the Blues Brothers over at Universal. And the whole concept was the magical experiences that we have in these places, the connections we have with family, and the escapism that these places provide us. And it was going to be like a bit of a tenuous link back to Give Kids the World Village and the work they do and the kids being able to visit all of these places. But when I edited it, I was really pleased with it, and it looks pretty good, but it felt a little bit disingenuous to me. I truly felt like I was hiding something I wasn't particularly happy with behind Disney and Universal because I could. People would see Disney and Universal and think, hopefully, oh, that looks really cool, and it was just a facade for something that was far more important. And I felt that it didn't really make much sense, and it also kind of overshadowed the rest of it, and I didn't want that. So I have that sequence, and if I ever make a video from Disney or Universal in the future, we can all just pretend that I made that sequence then, not that it's already fully edited and ready to go on a hard drive. So yeah, I've been trying to find a way of framing it, and today I've just got to get over myself and get over my fear of this being rubbish. and film this. I thought it came across better for me just to be honest and say this is one of those examples of when you're just not happy with something or it's not as good as you want it to be, but is it just good enough? And more importantly, why am I making this video? I'm not making this video to make me look good. I'm irrelevant in this video. I just want people to see what I did, but most importantly, I just want to shine a light as often as I can on Give Kids the World Village and what they do. And also, one of the things I did get to do that you'll see later in the video is I got to meet one of the ex-Wish children that spent time at the village, and little Cason. You'll meet him later in the video. And yeah, the whole point is the video isn't as good as I wanted it to be, but here it is. Okay, so I've just parked up and we're at the Hyatt Regency on International Drive, and it's literally across the street from the Orlando Convention Center, so a real short shot down to Universal Orlando Resort, and it's just down the street from Icon Park. And I actually just made a video from Icon Park featuring a couple of the new attractions which you can check out, but putting that to one side, I've got to get into the right headspace for what we're about to do. So here for the Over the Edge challenge, which looks like this. So here's the swimming pool area for the Hyatt Regency, and we're going all the way up there to those little frames you can see. It's 428 feet. We're going to attach ourselves to a rappel line and come all the way to the bottom. So now I'm here and I'm looking up at the hotel. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit nervous, because I am, but I'm also very excited. But most importantly, this is in benefit of a very, very important organization. We've raised over $1,200, which is all down to you guys and your generosity. So thank you very, very much. So I need to go into the lobby and go up to the 27th floor to do the registration, sign the waivers and all of that stuff. And I think there's like training. And then we go up to the roof and rappel over the edge. Now, I don't know what I can film with the rappel. I've brought 2 GoPros with me and I'll try and find a way of mounting them. So I'll see if I can figure it out, and hopefully I can film some of it. So yeah, let's go check in. I'm obviously not here to do a hotel review, but I've never been inside the Hyatt Regency before, and this place is fancy looking. Wow, it really does look nice. This is massive. If I was just going on the aesthetic and I was coming on vacation, I'd definitely look into this place, but it's actually directly attached to the convention center, so I imagine this gets a lot of convention traffic when there's trade shows and things happening over at the convention center. So before I got to the 27th floor to check in, I just came out to the grotto pool area, which is where you kind of descend into, and it's really cool out here. They've got like a Give Kids the World step and repeat here for photos. Kelly's homemade ice cream is here handing out ice cream. Mayor Clayton, you'll learn about Mayor Clayton later, he's here from Give Kids the World Village, and there's lots of kids and families just having a good time. So I'll quickly just show you from the bottom what it looks like before we head up. So you can see this is just where you end up from the bottom of the rappel, and we're going up there. I'm on the 27th floor now. I've gone through registration and then through staging, which is where they give you your harness and your carabiner and your safety helmet and your walkie-talkie and things like that. Next, I have to go up to a training session to go through how it all works, and then finally go up onto the roof. I guess you have one last briefing, and then you go over the edge. Now, I am definitely anxious about it, given how high I am at the moment, but I'm more excited than anything. And just to give you an idea of what everything looks like from up here. So this building here is the Orlando Convention Center, and just to give you an idea of just how big that place is, if we pan around, this building here is also the convention center. It's gigantic, second biggest in the USA. And if you look just beyond the convention center to all of this land here, that is the future site for Universal's Epic Universe, and you can see construction going on over there, which is awesome. Just quickly give you a view of what this looks like before we go up. So this is the registration area. This is the registration area, lovely registration ladies. This is Teresa and Jessica. Thank you very much. And then you come through into this staging area, which is where you get all your gear. So over here you've got all the harnesses, carabiners and gloves and helmets. Okay, so I'm about to go up to the training now, so I'm gonna have to switch from this camera to my GoPros, because once you get up onto the roof, you can't have any items in your pockets, you can't have anything that can't be secured, like phones, wallet, etc. So I'm gonna switch to my GoPro. I've got my harness on, as you can see. I've got a walkie-talkie so they can talk to you on the way down, and then I have this. I don't know what this does yet. But also in terms of GoPro, on my helmet I have a GoPro, but I'm gonna face it like backwards towards the horizon, because I figured if I face it forwards, you're just gonna see a hotel wall or window the whole way down. But I have a second GoPro on my wrist, which I can like look around with, but also twist and talk to you guys, hopefully halfway down. The thing with that is that means letting go with both hands, which I'm not too sure about at the moment. But anyway, let's switch over to the GoPro and see what we can film.
The technical part of this program is this device right here. We technically call it the gold thing, and that's about as technical as I get. So
okay.
Remember, this is the gold thing. It's like a seat belt that rides down the road with you, next to you, and it does absolutely nothing for you until you need it. All right. So if you try to Tom Cruise through the window or anything silly like that, this thing's pretty smart. It knows it, and it'll stop you just like that. So if that happens, first thing you do, put both your hands out like this. All right. If you start doing this, they're going to wave back. They're going to take more pictures. All right. So nice and clear, not like that.
Okay, so I've got this fashionable helmet on now. We're just up on the roof access area, and we're going through our first part of the training and safety briefing, just showing us what the different ropes do, what the different parts of the harness does. And then once we've done this, we go up to the top area, where I go through one more final check, one more final briefing, and then we go.
Now, this device has several features. If you don't put energy into this device, you don't get any energy out of it. Right? If you put too much energy in it, you ready? It's got a panic feature. And again, you don't move. That being said, you're gonna have your hand right. You're gonna have your hand right here. Go ahead and reset it to the top, just like that, just the very top. Now, feel that resistance? All right, nice and easy into that resistance. Yep, pull it towards you, nice and easy. There you go. Go ahead and walk. You want to make sure you take your feet with you. Don't leave them behind.
I've gone through the preliminary briefing where they attach it to 2 test ropes, and they kind of show you how this part is almost like a seat belt. So if you go too fast or you kind of slip, this will lock like a seat belt, and then you have to just push it into the rope, gently push it up, and then that will release it. And then this guy here, I can't pull it up. You basically gently pull on like a lever, and it will release, and that's how you slowly move down. So if you do like fall or you go too fast, you'll fall a little bit, and then it will lock, and then you have to take both your hands off the rope, reset the little seatbelt type device, and start going again. So there's a group up here now, and then basically once they call us, we go up this ladder here to the very top, and that's where we go off. But I can show you the view briefly if I just step out here. So here you go. This is the view. So you can see over there, just in the distance, this here is Icon Park. It's International Drive down here. It's pretty cool. So basically, I just go up on top of this roof to go off. Let's go. Okay, we're here. We're literally at the edge now. Let me just quickly show you what I'm looking at.
Yeah, that's almost you're hooked in.
Let's go.
All right, now I'm gonna have you turn around. There you go. Yep. As you go. And now when you come out, you're gonna have to duck and get your head on that side because you got a bunch of extra feet. Beautiful. Now step all the way out onto that. That's gonna stay. Make sure you duck your head back if you don't want to knock that stuff around. Now, all right, so from here, you're gonna go ahead and step back just a little bit. Nice. Now, both hands onto this rope. there. And now you're gonna start squatting down. And as you start squatting down, you'll feel the rope start pulling up. All right, now that your legs are straight, you're gonna pull this, just this right here, and you're gonna pull that towards you a little bit. You're gonna feel that sweet spot right about there.
Yeah.
Hold it right there. But for the first couple of feet, you're gonna have to slide the rope up. So push the rope up, and you see how you're sliding a little bit?
Yeah.
When you get a little bit farther down, probably about the middle of this wall right here, and you get a little bit farther down, you're not gonna have to push up on the rope anymore. You're just gonna hold this right about there, and the rope is gonna slide through your hands.
Okay.
All right?
Yep. Ready?
Now it's on you. Are you ready?
Not really.
Well, you're already over the edge, so there's only one way to go. All right. Okay. Find that sweet spot.
That looks good.
And if you do pull too far back, you'll hear that click.
And it'll just lock.
Just bring it forward.
Yeah.
It'll unclick and then bring it back till you get that sweet spot again.
Okay, sounds good, man.
One last thing.
Yep.
Breathe.
Got it. Okay, here we go.
Have fun
Good luck,
with it.
guys.
Woo! There you go.
Okay, so the wrist mount hasn't worked out quite as I'd hoped it would, because obviously it's not straight all the time. So we'll see the best we can, but if you look behind me, that's where the view is. And we've just come over just there, and we've got that far to go. There's my feet. And we're gonna just keep going. There's a bit of a ledge here. Whoa! Okay, so I found myself here on this ledge. You can see if we go straight down there. Let's try and give some views down. So as you can see, we've still got an awful long way to go. Okay, so I would say I'm about halfway down now. It's my hands are hurting because I'm gripping too tight, I think. But let me try to show you where I've come from. That's where we've come from, and that's where we're going. On this ledge, you have to push yourself like over this ledge again. It's quite tiring. I don't think it is tiring whatsoever. I'm not doing any work, but I think my whole body is so tense that it's tiring.
Copy, blue is clear.
Oops. Twisting.
Your elbows on the ground. There you go. Feet on the ground. There you go.
Thank you.
Yellow on the ground.
Woo! That was awesome.
And get you
Well,
some. Give you some attention
this
here.
is the dream. 3 ladies all fussing over me.
How was it like?
It was amazing. I realized halfway down I'm gripping this rope far too tight. And I was like, why is my hand like cramping?
Yeah.
But it was amazing. Really, really great. Thank you. So guys, we were up there. How long did it take me? Like 12 minutes, something like that?
Yeah, you can about somewhere
It's
between
about
like
10, yeah.
About 10, 12 minutes.
15 minutes.
There was one point where there's like a
Yellow
ledge
clear.
that you have to push out from, and I didn't like that so much. But anyway, we did it. And I now need to go and have some ice cream. Thanks, guys. Hello. It was awesome. It's Mayor Clayton.
It is Mayor Clayton. You finally get to meet
Nice
him.
to meet you, Mayor Clayton. Okay, Mayor Clayton is going to become more apparent later in this video because I didn't know who you were until I met a very special young man who educated me, and you guys will find out about that later on in this video. Guys, that was amazing, exhilarating, breathtaking, nerve-wracking. I had such a great experience doing that. It took me about 12 or 13 minutes to descend from the top, which I think is 428 feet, to the ground. It felt like hard work in places. It really wasn't, but it felt like hard work because even though you're trying to not grip on too tight, I think the default reaction is I'm hanging by a rope off the edge of a hotel. So you grip on tight. So by the time I got to the bottom, my body was really quite tense, but it's not hard work, but so exhilarating, so much fun. And I'm so glad I've got to experience that. I'm a little annoyed at myself because I didn't appreciate how much work my left hand would be doing and the angle it would continuously be at, because the left hand is what was releasing the lever to actually lower me. And so the GoPro mounted on my wrist was a mistake on my part, and the footage from it I'm pretty sure is going to be unusable or trash at best. I'm trying not to let that affect me up here because that kind of thing does, but the reality is today isn't about me whatsoever. It's not about this video being high-end and perfect. Today is purely about being here to support an incredible organization in Give Kids the World and what they do to help critically ill children and their families, just to give them something magical to focus on and have when they're going through very, very difficult times. So I'm going to give my stuff back, grab my bag, and then maybe we'll go somewhere and find a bite to eat and grab a coffee. So that was my morning at the Over the Edge challenge. As I've already said, obviously it didn't come out how I wanted it to. I had this huge idea in my head for the video and how I wanted to tell the story of the day. And because I kind of screwed up a bit, it hasn't come out that way. So I do apologize. But as I've also said, sort of my ego and my anxiety and beating myself up over, is this good enough or this definitely isn't good enough, that would usually win and I would scrap the video. I've scrapped more videos than I've uploaded to YouTube, I can assure you of that. But it didn't win this time because it's more important than me to shine as much light as possible onto Give Kids the World Village and the incredible work they do. But also as a huge thank you to you guys who were gracious enough and generous enough to donate money or even just share the post that I was doing it. You needed to raise $1,000 to take part, and I was skeptical that I could do that. But we ended up raising over $1,200, and that really just blows my mind. So you guys are as much a part of making this video as I am, so thank you. To put that $1,200 into some sort of context, it costs $7,500 on average for a child and a family of 4 to stay in the village for a week. So that $1,200 is going to go a long way to helping grant a wish for a child. I'm going to leave you with something now that's even older than the Over the Edge challenge. I was so fortunate beforehand to get to meet a young, inspiring man called Cason and his mum Kristen. Cason is an ex-Wish kid. He spent a week at Give Kids the World Village, and thanks to the people at Give Kids the World Village, they set it up that I could meet him and hang out with him for a bit, and we ate a load of ice cream. But I recorded just a few minutes with him, and I feel it's important to put that in here just so you guys can see firsthand exactly who this village is benefiting and where the donations are going. And it's just a wonderful young man, and without any more from this idiot, I give you to the wonderful young Cason. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go and explore a bit more and see you again next time. Bye. Okay, so when did you get to stay here at Give Kids the World Village?
August 18,
2018.
2018.
October.
Oh, you stayed, so you came here for Halloween?
Yes.
Oh, that's really cool. So you were here for Halloween in October of 2018, and who came with you?
My mom and dad and my brother.
Your mum and dad and your brother, that's awesome. What's your favorite memory of your time here at the village?
Mayor Clayton.
Who's that?
Mayor Clayton.
Mayor Clayton. Who's Mayor Clayton?
Oh my gosh. You don't know any about Give
No,
Kids
I don't.
the
Tell me
World.
about Mayor Clayton. I don't know about him.
He's a bunny rabbit, and he comes out and he hangs out with people and he does some fun stuff with them. And
Oh, wow. So he's like a mascot for the village.
Did he tuck you in?
yeah.
Oh, he comes and tucks you into bed at night, does he? That's pretty cool.
And he drew a pillow at my brother.
He did what, sorry?
He threw the pillow at his brother. They had a pillow fight.
Oh, you had a pillow fight with him. That's awesome. That sounds like I want to meet Mayor Clayton.
He's fun, huh?
Other than Mayor Clayton, what was your favorite thing here? What's the favorite thing to do here at the village?
Ride the carousel.
You like the carousel? That's just behind us, isn't it? It looks really cool.
What do you eat for breakfast?
Donuts and pancakes.
Donuts and
No,
pancakes.
what's the favorite thing that we eat here at the village?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice cream for breakfast.
I
is a
heard that
must.
before we started recording this, you're going to get ice cream when we're finished. Is that right? Do you remember what you did away from the village? Did you go to Disney or Universal or anything like that?
Disney.
You went to Disney. What's your favorite Disney park?
Disney.
Which one? Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Hollywood Studios.
Epcot.
Epcot?
Epcot's my favorite. Is Epcot your favorite?
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Why?
Because Ratatouille's there.
Oh,
right,
Ratatouille.
okay.
Oh, that's good.
We never get to ride Ratatouille.
Yeah, we haven't wrote it yet.
I haven't ridden Ratatouille either, but Epcot is my favorite park. And who's your favorite Disney character?
Mickey,
You like Mickey, yeah?
Who else is your favorite Disney character?
Woody and Buzz and Jessie.
Oh,
And
okay. You're a
Bullseye.
Toy Story fan then. That's awesome. How did staying at the village help you?
It felt great because I don't gotta be like in a bed and the people walking up and saying there's something bad with me.
It helped you just sort of have some escape, just have some fun and be around Mayor Clayton more relaxed. What would you tell people watching this video, Clayton, about Give Kids the World Village?
Come and support Give Kids the World because you help families, huh?
You can help get the world, and you can come to Give the World, and then you can ask Omar. You can help people go somewhere they never been.
So you can have your own little adventure. That's really, really cool. Well, thank you very much, Cason. It was lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And are we going to go get ice cream now? Yeah, let's go get ice cream. Awesome. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, my.
High five.
High five.
Stop breaking the mic.
Oh, no, you're good. Thank you very much.